What's up, fuckers, and welcome back to another rebuild here on NBA 2K23 Next Gen. In today's video, we are going to be continuing with the historic rebuild, and today we have the 2002-2003 San Antonio Spurs. At this point in time, we have a 26-year-old Tim Duncan, obviously one of the greatest power forwards in NBA history, the greatest in my opinion, actually. Most likely the greatest San Antonio Spur in NBA history. We also have an older David Robinson. This was actually his last year in the league. They went out with the championship. We're going to see what ends up happening with him today. We're going to talk about that some more. 20-year-old Tony Parker, Manu Ginobili, Bruce Bowen. I mean, an unbelievably talented roster. Obviously, our goal today is to try to get them 2 to 3 championships. And then real quick, before we do get into this video, I know there was only one video last week. Funny enough, not funny actually, it actually sucks, but this is actually my third time recording this video. First time the file got corrupted. The second time something happened with the audio and it was completely shot. And yeah, you know, here we are for a third time. So I'm getting a little sick of Spurs rebuilds, even though you guys haven't seen one in a minute, but this one should be good for today. Double check to make sure everything was okay. And yeah, let me know any other historic rebuilds you want to see down below in the comments section. Of course, we'll also be continuing the trading every player rebuilds and every single other rebuild challenge you guys want to see. So let me know down below in the comments any ideas you guys do have down there. And yeah, I apologize about only one video last week. I hope you guys still had a good week, good Thanksgiving and everything, if you do celebrate that here in the US. And you know what? Back to the normal grind. Let's hop into it. We're definitely going to have some trades to make. As I mentioned, David Robinson being 37 years old, this was technically his last year in the league. In real life, I don't know if he'll retire here in the game, but I definitely don't want to take that risk. He's without a doubt one of the greatest Spurs in, you know, the history of the franchise, but I'm going to capitalize on an asset where I do see it fits. So let's just get into this roster, though. 20-year-old Tony Parker, unbelievably good. Not going anywhere. I mean, we really don't have to worry about that too much. He's an 83 overall. We have 37-year-old Steve Kerr, obviously probably close to his way out. We'll see what we end up doing with him. We have 24-year-old Speedy Claxton here. Not a bad backup point guard option. Steven Jackson is here. Most likely will be getting the starting job at the shooting guard spot. And I say that because obviously Manu Ginobili is great. And he's one of the greatest six men in NBA history, but he is one of the greatest six men in NBA history for a reason. So he'll most likely stay in that spot. We have 33-year-old Steve Smith here as well on a 1 year. Actually, that's a pretty decent chunk of change for this point in time in the NBA. We have Bruce Bowen, tremendous defensive player. Obviously, his role is not really to score the basketball. We'll see what we end up doing with him. You know, obviously, this is a really talented draft class for small forwards with LeBron James and Carmelo Anthony, and we'll see if one of those guys ends up making their way there, but obviously, we got some time to wait. He'll definitely be our starter here for year one. We have James Granger, then we have Danny Ferry here as well, who has a pretty tough hairline, to be honest. Tim Duncan, in my opinion, greatest power forward in NBA history, obviously not going anywhere, is an expiring contract, so you know, he's definitely somebody I'm going to want to go ahead and make sure I re-sign this offseason. Malik Rose is his backup, and then we have David Robinson, as I mentioned, 37. We'll figure out what we are going to do with him. We have Kevin Willis here, who's actually 40, so we're definitely old in the center department. We'll figure that out. And then we have, I don't know who Rud Samuel is. I'm assuming he's not even a real person. But yeah, let's get into some trades. We're going to offer the Cleveland Cavaliers David Robinson for Zydrunas Ilgauskas. Now, if David Robinson was 3-4 years younger, there's not a chance in hell I'm moving him. But with the likely scenario that he either retires this offseason or completely regresses, I don't really want to risk it. And Big Z is only 27, albeit he does not put up the best numbers in the world. But you know what? If he can get close to a double-double, that's more than fine by me. So we're going to go ahead and try to make this trade. Again, I really wish David Robinson was just a little bit younger, but unfortunately he's not right now. So, you know, let's think, you know what, I think I can throw Steve Kerr in here probably. I don't really think I need him. I do have Speedy Claxton as my backup. Then we can probably do a couple draft picks as well. Hopefully we can get this to go through. Can we just do some seconds? Is that a possibility? And it takes one more second, and that trade is officially through. It sucks trading David Robinson. Spent his entire career in San Antonio, and it was quite the career at that. But you know what? We get a guy who's a little bit younger. Probably an upgrade at this point in time. I'm very fine with that trade. That's one down. We are going to be making this trade here with the New Orleans Hornets. It's probably going to be our second, maybe one other small trade after. But Steve Smith, Kevin Willis going over to the New Orleans. We're getting Eldon Campbell back. Is 34 and making decent money, but it is a one-year deal and a first-round draft pick in 2005. Now, the reason I'm doing this, Steve Smith wouldn't be in the rotation. I don't need 3 shooting guards. Kevin Willis also being 40 isn't really ideal. So Eldon Campbell's definitely a couple years younger. And yeah, he's going to be our new backup center, backing up Big Z along with the draft pick. So pretty good second trade right there. May have one or two more. We're going to be making this trade here for Bo Outlaw from the Phoenix Suns. Danny Ferry was never going to be in the rotation. And then Rud Samuel, I don't even think is a real person. So Bo Outlaw is 31. He's going to come in here. He's probably going to be Tim Duncan's backup for at least a year or two. Now, I do have Malik Rose just sitting here. So I have the option. And obviously, one of these guys is going to be getting moved. I don't know if I want to, you know, have a world where they're both on this team right now, but we will see what route we end up going with. I mean, obviously they're both talented players, but at a minimum, I can get a draft pick for one of them. I think that's kind of the best way I was thinking about it. And then obviously Granger, we really wasn't going to get as a first-round pick. So honestly, maybe I'll move Bo Outlaw. Maybe we'll keep Malik Rose, whatever it may be. Let's see if we can get a pick. I mean, what are my options here if I was to move Bo Outlaw? Obviously, you know, Malik Rose is here. He's okay. I'm just looking strictly based off of what sort of assets I can get. So, I mean, if there's nothing here, I can leave him on the team and I can trade him in the offseason. First-round pick from the Detroit Pistons. Is it actually possible? Can I maybe get your first-round pick? Actually, give me the Grizzlies pick this year. Is that possible? You want Manu? No, I'm not giving you. Nope. How about anybody else on this team I'd be willing to trade? There's not really anybody else here that you'd probably want. You can have my first-round pick this year if you're interested in that. And then I'll give up another first just because I think that Memphis pick's going to be really valuable. And then how about if I just include a bunch of seconds? Can we get this down? Come on. Give me the trade. All right. That sucks. That Memphis pick's going to be really good. But I'm not just going to give up. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to give up 3 draft picks for maybe 1 this year. So, you know what? I'm going to keep Ball on the team. I'm going to keep him on the team, and then eventually we'll either trade him or he'll hop into the rotation, whatever it may be. Let's set the rotation now. Now that we're all done with trades, we've officially have our 10-man rotation all set here in San Antonio. It's a really good rotation. This team did win a championship this year. Let's see if we can maybe repeat history a little bit. It's Tony Parker, Steven Jackson, Bruce Bowen, Tim Duncan, and Zydrunas Ilgauskas. The bench unit, Manu Ginobili, Malik Rose, Eldon Campbell, James Granger, and Speedy Claxton. We also do have Bo Outlaw here. We don't need 3 power forwards. He will either get traded at some point in time or eventually get into the rotation. Whatever it may be, he's here. He's under contract. Obviously, that's a win-win. I will see you guys at the end of year 1 here in San Antonio. Year 1 is over. I did not see our record, but Shaquille O'Neal wins the MVP award. Obviously, him and Kobe are one of the best duos in NBA history. But yeah, he wins the MVP award with an unbelievable season. Yao Ming Rookie of the Year. He was a guy I did try to trade for, actually. And between his contract and how valuable they consider him as a rookie, it was not happening, but obviously would have loved to have had him, but congrats on Rookie of the Year. Mike Miller, 6th Man of the Year, tremendous 3-point shooter. Actually, yeah, he's almost 41%, not too bad. Ben Wallace, Defensive Player of the Year, 18.5 rebounds a game is insane. Ricky Davis wins Most Improved, and Greg Popovich wins Coach of the Year. We go 62-20. As I was kind of expecting to be one of the top seeds, I will definitely take it. So, 4 games up with the Lakers. Obviously, a little bit worried about Kobe and Shaq as a duo because, one of the most talented duos in NBA history. Tim Duncan, Big Z, Tony Parker, Steven Jackson, Manu Ginobili, Eldon Campbell, Malik Rose, Bruce Bowen. Not too bad. Really not too bad. Timmy led us in boards and assists was Tony Parker. So we got Memphis here in the first round. Well, I wanted to trade for their pick, and I'm actually kind of glad I didn't because it was going to be a whole lot less valuable than I originally thought it was going to be. We were up 2-1 on the Grizzlies here. We were up 3-1. Close them out in 5. Moving on to the Dallas Mavericks with Dirk. I've done actually a rebuild with this team before. Steve Nash, Dirk Nowitzki. They're an extremely talented group, and one that scares me a little bit. Got Michael Finley in there as well. Not an easy second-round matchup, to say the least, as we are down 3-1. Or is this going to be the 2K BS where you come back being down 3-1? No? Okay. Well, they close us out, and you know what? I think we definitely have to make some upgrades to this team. Dallas actually goes on to win the finals, and Dirk does win finals MVP. I mean, they only ended up winning 1 ring together. Dirk and the Mavericks, in 2011. They beat LeBron in the Heat. It's a really good finals. But, they got one a little bit earlier this time. Let's head into the offseason. We can look at some of these historic changes. These are like logos and floors and uniforms and everything that's not exciting. I'm not changing my floor. I'm going to leave the OG floor because eventually I want to get some gameplay with this team. So, staff signing is obviously important. We do want to make sure we get Greg Popovich back. And, take as much money as you want. Probably the greatest coach in NBA history. I mean, he's up there with a bunch of these guys, Phil Jackson, and he's definitely in that conversation. So we are up to the draft. We have the 28th overall pick. I kind of want to move up because I think getting a guy like I've never really gotten before. I've definitely gotten LeBron in a bunch of these throwback rebuilds, but if I can get somebody like a Dwayne Wade or a Carmelo Anthony, I think it'd be really cool. So that's what I'm going to try to do today. We will see, though. I'm going to try to trade up to that number 2, number 3 spot, somewhere in that area. Let's see what happens. The Miami Heat own the number 2 overall pick, and I want to go out and get Dwayne Wade. I really do. I think Dwayne Wade on this team would be an unbelievable fit. Now, I don't want to trade Bruce Bowen, but unfortunately, Steven Jackson's not under contract, so I really can't trade him. Bruce Bowen, obviously, tremendous defensive piece on this team. He's not really doing it for me in the points and rebounds and assist department. That's not a knock on his career in any way, shape, or form, and obviously scoring is not really his role in this team, but if I'm going to get, obviously, one of the greatest shooting guards in NBA history in Dwayne Wade, I'm going to have to give up something. So, Bruce Bowen for the number 2 overall pick. They do not want to do it. These are kind of the moments that I'm happy that I have both Malik Rose and Bo Outlaw because I can trade one of them. If not both of them, I wouldn't even mind moving just because Timmy Duncan does not really need a backup. and especially not one that's in the high 70s. So let's see if we can do this. We're definitely going to have to give up a draft pick. We have number 28 overall, and they agree. So we are probably getting Dwayne Wade unless he goes number 1 overall. Memphis actually had the Houston Rockets pick. That's where it came from. So they take LeBron James number 1, which means Dwayne Wade is officially going to be a San Antonio Spur. And I'm really excited about that. I really am. He's going to be an 83 overall. Definitely excited to have him here on this team. Manu will remain his backup and as our 6th man. I have no idea who this is, and he will not be getting a qualifying. We enter free agency. My number 1 priority right now is Tim Duncan. That's 3 years, almost $40 million. So it's like, what is that, over $13 million a year. I'm going to be paying Tim Duncan. That's actually the most it lets me give him with a player option. I really hope he accepts it. He is going to. Okay, cool. I also want to get Steven Jackson back. I think he's definitely going to either be moved to our starting small forward spot, or he's going to go ahead and get traded for some sort of small forward. So pretty excited with the way this has kind of worked out. Obviously, Tim Duncan, Dwayne Wade on the same team together. You still got Tony Parker here. You got Big Z. I mean, this is coming together quite nicely here. And obviously, we started with a really good foundation. But, you know what? I think it's definitely gotten better. So we're definitely going to do work on the bench a little bit. And I think Steven Jackson's now probably going to get traded for some sort of small forward. If I can't find a trade, I'll obviously move him to the small forward spot. But let's see what we can do. So I couldn't find a trade for a new upgrade at the starting small forward spot. It's kind of a weird market right now where guys are not either making enough money or they're just too valuable, and in this trade star wise. So we are going to be signing Kevin Ollie. He's going to be, obviously our new backup point guard here. We're definitely just going to work on our bench, and then I think next offseason we'll maybe try to solidify a really big move and a really big trade. So I need a backup small forward as well. Walter McCarty, honestly, not too bad. The bench is definitely going to take a little bit of a hit, but I can kind of live with it here. It is not as important when you have an insanely talented starting 5. Vladimir Stepania. I have no idea who you are, but you know what? Almost double-digit boards. I'll take it. Welcome to the team. All right, so you know what? I think we're in a pretty decent spot right now. I think the starting 5 probably got better. I mean, Dwayne Wade is an upgrade over Bruce Bowen, in my opinion. So I'm really excited to see how this all plays out, obviously, with progression with guys like Tony Parker. And then hopefully Steven Jackson can continue to be really good. I'll see you guys at the start of year 2. It is year 2 here in San Antonio. We have dumbed it down to a 9-man rotation, and this team is obviously very, very impressive. Tony Parker has progressed all the way up to an 88. Fortunately, as you can see, Manu kind of regressed a little bit, and I've noticed that starts to happen. I'm not really sure why, but you know what? It did. And yeah, he's also a free agent after this offseason, and I've gone through this song and dance before, and we actually don't have bird rights on him, so hopefully there's a way we can get him back. I'll try to sign him to an extension during the year, but we're worried about getting this team a championship first. It's Tony Parker, Dwayne Wade, Steven Jackson, Tim Duncan, and Big Z Zadrunas Ilgauskas. The bench unit, Manu Ginobili, Kevin Ollie, Vladimir Stepania, and Walter McCarty. So the bench is definitely regressing a little bit. It's a little unfortunate, but this is a really good starting 5. I'll see you guys at the end of year 2 here in San Antonio. We go 62-20, so the same exact record as last year. And this time, Timmy Duncan wins an MVP award. You obviously love to see it. And we were hoping for a little bit of a better playoff result than last year as well. LeBron wins Rookie of the Year. I mean, it would have been hard to beat out LeBron. But you know what? We definitely do have the second best player from this draft class in Dwayne Wade. Jay Williams, 6th Man of the Year. Tim Duncan also wins Defensive Player of the Year. That's obviously awesome to see. Lamar Odom, Most Improved. Pop wins his 2nd straight Coach of the Year. So I'm a little bit nervous about these playoffs, man. This is an extremely talented Western Conference, and I'd rather not lose. Oh, we have an update. Well, let me deal with that quickly. I'll show you guys the numbers real quick. Gotta love 2K updates. They have the best times possible. Unbelievable, really good rookie season from Dwayne Wade. Let me go ahead and fix this update, and yeah, we'll be back for the playoffs. So we have Dallas in the first round. That's obviously not ideal. This was the team that beat us last year. Dirk got his first Finals MVP. You know, they're really talented. I would say we're better though. They win game 1 though. I do not want Dallas to own us throughout this video. We are up 3-1. Please don't blow a 3-1 lead. Thank God. Moving on to Memphis, we know they obviously have LeBron. They have Jason Williams. Fred Hoiberg is here. Miles Swift, then Pau Gasol. LeBron and Pau Gasol would be an insane combo. We lose game 1 to LeBron in Memphis. We win games 2 and 3 and game 4. And we go on to win 4 straight. That is a quick gentleman's sweep. We have Kevin Garnett in the Minnesota Timberwolves. We got Wally Zerbiak here, KG. The rest of the team is maybe not so great, though. So let's see what happens here in the Western Conference Finals. See if we can get to our first Finals appearance of this video, and we sweep them. Thanks for coming, KG. Orlando here. Jacques Vaughn, Tracy McGrady, Mike Miller, Malik Rose, Dusty Richmond. I mean, I guess it's kind of T-Mac, and all right, they actually win game 1. I think we're just a whole lot of a better team at this point. All right, 2-2. We go up 3-2, and let's see if we can maybe get a little bit of gameplay here, if possible. Obviously, I'd like, okay, really? Not the start we're looking for, and a game where we're supposed to be closing out a team that's not nearly as good as us, in my opinion, but we're just getting blown out of the goddamn water, and we're going to game 7 on our home floor here in San Antonio. Let's see what happens. I'd like to get some gameplay here with this team. Okay, good start. This is more of the start we were looking for, what we had last time. They're definitely battling back a little bit, and now they've taken a lead. Oh my God, don't do this. Don't do this to me. I'll see you guys in there. All right, I am definitely a little bit nervous. So I want to make sure the starters are in. We do have possession. There's 2:15 left in a 101 ball game. I need to play some good 2K right now, which I'm not typically good at. Big Z, let's go, baby. Gets it to go. Oh, I'm nervous. I'm literally nervous because I'm not good at this game. I think 99% of you guys know that. And yeah, tough night for Manu. T-Mac's just going to do that. Oh, good board. Good board. All right, give it to Tony. No, okay, whatever. All right. Where is Dwayne Wade not in the game right now? I'd like it if Dwayne Wade go in the game right now. Manu going up to the rack. Get the finish. No. Big Z with the board. Gets the putback. Oh, my God. He's playing like a Finals MVP right now. Also, where is Tim Duncan? Why would Tim Duncan and Dwayne Wade not be in the game in this scenario? Can somebody explain that to me, please? T-Mac's going to hit a 3, isn't he? No, oh my God, he missed it again. They're running out of time here. They really are. I don't really want to use Kevin Ollie too much. Steven Jackson in here. Obviously moved him to the small forward spot and actually had a pretty good year for us. Go right at the rim. Okay, that looked a little ugly. I'm not going to lie. And now I'm a little nervous because, who's this? Kirk Heinrich? Okay, all right, we're going to take a timeout. Okay, they actually took one for me. Give me 20 seconds because I want to go ahead. Hello? I don't know. I want to make sure Tim Duncan and Dwayne Wade are in. Obviously, Dwayne Wade's a rookie. Has never really been in a situation like this, but I need my MVP and I need my Defensive Player of the Year and I need my best player in. So, Tim Duncan, Dwayne Wade, please come into the game. Manu is obviously really good for us, but in this situation, there's just no way that I cannot play my guys. All right, Tony Parker here, actually really fast, which is obviously awesome. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. They have been having a tough time here at the... No, not when I kicked it out. I wanted to kick it out to Jay. This is why I don't play. This is why I don't play. I know a lot of you guys do enjoy... Oh, Tim Duncan? I fell asleep and Tim Duncan just completely saved me. Tim Duncan just completely saved me. Dwayne Wade's got 25 on the night. Going up against T-Mac. Oh, man. I don't know how to do anything in this game. Oh, my God. They just gave Tony Parker a free layup. Back to a 4-point game with under 40 seconds left to go. Okay. I'm definitely a little bit nervous. What does a defensive lineup look like in here? Yeah, it's just the starting 5, which is fine by me. I think having the most talented players in the court in a situation like this is obviously huge. I'll try to deny ball here with Big Z. I doubt it's going to work, though. They're definitely going to get it to T-Mac, but I'm going to try to not let them get it to T-Mac. I'd rather have it be someone else. And, okay, they got it back to T-Mac anyways. Cool. All right, I'm going to try to play on-ball D. I don't know who this is here. Oh, he got me to jump. Oh, is that a... Son of a bitch. Son of a bitch. I don't know who this is, but I don't want him to hit free throws right now. First one is up, and it is good. All right, it's going to most likely be a 2-point ball game with 30 seconds left to go, so we will not... They probably will not be... Oh, my God, he missed. They probably will not be playing the foul game. Kick it over to Dwayne Wade. You know what? Yeah, foul him now. Looks like we're going to be winning. I'm going to hit 2 free throws here, hopefully. And we are going to be calling it a finals first free throw. Oh, boy. What is that release? Oh, it's painful to see. Okay, we're going to hit the second one. This game is not over. This game is not over. Albeit it is a 2-possession ball game now. We only really needed him to hit 1. I'm still definitely a little bit nervous. I want to make sure the defensive lineup is still out there. And I'll try to clamp up now. Hopefully this works out, but we will see. All right, let's try to deny ball here with Big Z. Again, I don't really want T-Mac getting the ball. He's clearly their best player. And they're going to kick it over here to Kirk Heinrich, who what the hell? All right, we win. I'll see you guys at the finals MVP. Year 2 is over. We go on to win a championship. Obviously awesome. Tim Duncan, finals MVP. Really no surprise there. So we, you know what? We got one down. So a little bit of the pressure's off. We definitely want to make sure we go out and do some, maybe some recuperating of assets, go out and try to get another championship. David Robinson officially did call it a career, did regress. You know what? I wish I could have kept him, got one more ring, but ultimately I'm really not too upset. We got a championship anyway. So you can make the changes if you want to. I think the Grizzlies changing that logo is one of the biggest L's in NBA history. Let's head up to the draft now. I doubt we really have any draft picks this year. If we do, it's going to be a late pick. We actually do. We have actually both our first and second round pick. I don't really, you know what, actually, I'll draft somebody in the first round. Okay, nobody wants my second round pick. See if we can get somebody who's going to be decent for us on the bench. I mean, this is the 2004 draft class, like Dwight Howard. Jamal Gooden's here. All right. I mean, Yeah, Darrell Wright. Yeah, these are not players I really want to have on this team. So I just don't think they can be contributing nearly as much as. Oh, wow. All right. Maybe the Bucks want to do something with that draft pick. All right, cool. So we will head up now to rookie signings and team player options. We have none here. Manu Ginobili is a free agent. I know he is. And he was a second-round pick, so unfortunately we don't have bird rights on him. Tony Parker is actually my number one priority, though, without a doubt. Doesn't really have any real contract offers, and that's the most it's going to let me give him. I am definitely going to be paying Tony Parker. So Manu's also just probably gone. It's unfortunate, but it's kind of, I don't know why this is how it works, but it is. It's just not letting me resign him, and it's not going to let me pay him. I can look him up and see if it's possible, but I've tried this before, and it's really never worked for me. So let's see, Manu. And man, that works. Yeah, it's not going to let me pay him. It sucks. It's unfortunate, but it's the reality of the situation. So we definitely need to find ourselves a new six-man, but obviously getting Tony Parker back was priority number one. So we definitely still have a really good team here. And you know what? I really think the only things we have to do is find a new backup small forward, find a new backup shooting guard. I don't really know. Ooh, Jonathan Bender. Who are you? Oh boy. Wesley Persons, 33. Eddie House, Celtics legend, absolute sniper from beyond the arc. Let me take Eddie House. Welcome to the team. Going to be the replacement there for Manu. And then in terms of like small forwards, none of these really excite me, but I guess James Granger. And then I'll look to see if I can get an upgrade for Steven Jackson at the starting small forward spot. I'm not really too worried about it if I really can't find that trade, but obviously I'll go ahead and attempt to make a trade, find an upgrade. I mean, I'll also do something manually if it just doesn't work, but I don't really feel as if I really need to make this. So we're not finding anything here. I'll either see you guys if I find a trade or at the start of year 3. Peja Stojakovic is coming off a really good season in Sacramento, and it's the final season here anyway, so I'm going to go ahead and try to make the upgrade. Nothing wrong with Steven Jackson. I would just like to definitely make sure we give ourselves the best chances of going out and winning another championship. This is the final season, so if they want 5 draft picks, they are more than welcome to take 5 draft picks. Seriously, please go through. Really? How about if I give you Eddie House? Does that make it better? Okay, cool. I didn't want to trade Eddie House, but I wanted to get Peja, so yeah, we got the upgrade, but we lost ourselves our 6-man, so that kind of sucks. And, oh boy. These are not great options. I'll sign Gary Trent, and then I'll try to trade Gary Trent with some of the remaining draft picks we have. I mean, we've completely murdered this bench, but ultimately we've gotten a lot better in the starting 5. So it's going to suck, but it is the final season, so I'm not really too worried about it. Adrian Griffin, not really great. I mean, he's a shooting guard, though, so he might, yeah, you know what? Adrian Griffin it is. Not a great trade, not a good bench, but you know what? Really good starting 5. We'll see you guys at the start of the 3rd and final year. The game actually wants both Tony Parker and Tim Duncan to play 38 minutes a night, and honestly, I don't really have a problem with that. This bench is absolutely blows, and it sucks, but it's the reality of the situation we're in right now. And the starting 5 is extremely talented, so I'm going to play them the most minutes possible, and hopefully that results in a championship. Here's how it's going to look. Tony Parker, Dwayne Wade, Peja Stojakovic. Obviously, our new addition over there from the Sacramento Kings, Tim Duncan, and Big Z. The bench, you can almost ignore it. Kevin Ollie, Vladimir Stepania, James Granger, and Adrian Griffin. Yeah, it sucks. I know it does. I'll see you guys at the end of the 3rd and final year. I didn't see exactly what our record was, but I know we were over 70 wins. I caught it at the last second. Tim Duncan, 2nd straight MVP. Obviously hoping for a 2nd straight championship. And finals MVP as well. Dwight Howard went, I'm assuming, number 1 overall. Wow, what? Fell to 3, and Portland got a steal there. Speedy Claxton, 6th man of the year, our old friend. Would have loved to have still had him. Tim Duncan wins Defensive Player of the Year as well. Eddie Curry, Most Improved. Pop, yeah, we go 70 and 12. All right, I will take it. And definitely in hopes of going out and winning a 2nd straight championship. We are far and away the best team in the league. Let's look at the numbers, dive into it a little bit. I mean, again, everything kind of spreads out a little bit when you have 3 guys that are 20-plus point per game scorers. But fine by me with this dog shit bench. I mean, really, really painful to look at. We got Golden State here in round 1. Brian Shaw, Jason Richardson, Dunleavy. I mean, yeah, there's just no way this team's even going to touch us. Winning 5, moving on to Utah. Jeff Trent, Corey Maggette, Andre Karolinko, Tony McDyess, Vin Baker. Again, good team. We're just really okay. Hold up now. All right, we're bouncing back a little bit. Really. I don't know. I guess Utah is good. Bucks go on to win the finals. Ray Allen somehow beats Kobe and Shaq. And, yeah, we should have won a 2nd championship. But you know what? I guess the bench being that bad, it's definitely on me. So I do apologize. But you know what? I take the wins. I take the losses. It is what it is. But, again, this was my 3rd time recording this Spurs rebuild. And I'm definitely going to take a break from doing Spurs rebuilds. But I did enjoy this one. If you guys did as well, you leave a like down below. That'd be great. Other than that, I will catch you guys all tomorrow. That's pretty much it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this one. Yeah, as always, thanks so much for watching. Love you guys. Catch you guys all in the next one.